All right, and right now, before I proceed here, I want to invite to the show our newest current sports intern. We've got David Greenberg. What makes this team special?
It's just so many things make this team special. I was watching MLB Network. They did a little MLB playoff preview, and they were and I remember this. The host asked the analyst. She said, "I know that the Cubs are the best team in baseball right now, and everyone knows their strengths. What are their weaknesses?" And they were sitting there, and I remember Mark DeRosa was sitting there, was a former second baseman for the Cubs and is now working for MLB Network. He's sitting there, and she asked him, she goes, you know, you got to give me an answer. And he just sitting there, just shaking his head, and eventually he's just like, the only thing that I can think of is history. That just simply, it's luck for them, because their team is so good. There's so much depth at every position. They have one of, if not the best manager in baseball right now, who has so many different options at every single position. I mean, whether it's playing Chris Bryant in the outfield or third base, he's got 3 great catchers that he can use for different pitchers. When John Lester's year 1, Kyle Hendricks year 2, and last year's Cy Young Award winner Jake Arrieta is pitching Game 3 for you. I mean, that just screams at how much depth and how talented they really are.
All momentum, they go on to win that game. We even saw Clayton Kershaw, who we saw not too long ago.
9th out of nowhere.
Exactly. Kershaw comes in and locks the door on the Nationals. I mean, how surprising was watching that last night?
I mean, every part of that was surprising. I mean, you talked about them taking out Max Scherzer, who was a former Cy Young Award winner, who's your undoubted ace, who you gave him a huge contract. He's one of the best pitchers in baseball, is probably going to win the Cy Young this year for the Nationals. But yeah, I mean, seeing Kershaw, and then another move the Dodgers made, they took out Rich Hill after giving up 1 run in 4 1/3 inning. I mean,
his leash was very short, wasn't it?
It had to have been. I mean, a very short leash, just 1 run, and you take him out in 4 1/3 inning, and then putting in your closer in the 7th inning for a 9-out save. I mean, Kenley Jansen threw over 50 pitches last night, which is ridiculous for a closer.
Right. Oh, that's way up there, right?
Oh yeah.
So now, when you look at this matchup for the Dodgers and the Cubs here, what just preview it for us. I mean, what are you expecting in this series?
Sure. Obviously, I think the Cubs are going to end up pulling it out, just simply because of the brilliant mind of Joe Madden, the depth that the Cubs have, and the lack of depth that the Dodgers have. Win Game 4 and then come back to Chicago and win.
And close it out?
And close it out, yeah.
So 4-1?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and they'll meet who? Cleveland or Toronto?
See, I've been going back and forth.
Oh, you've been going back and forth, okay.
On this one. I think by far best offense in the league is Toronto. I mean, what they do with the bats is exceptional. Josh Donaldson, Encarnacion, Bautista. I mean, that part of the lineup right there, that is scary. Like, that's probably scarier than facing, Bryant, Rizzo, and then whoever the Cubs have.
Yeah.
Just simply because of the power that they have. But I think it's going to come down to pitching in that series. I mean, we saw against the Rangers, the Blue Jays just obliterated their pitching with offense, and it wasn't necessarily a defensive series for them. I think Cubs fans better get their passports ready to go to Toronto.
I like that. Toronto is just clicking right now.